I'm Dave Hamblin. I'm the owner of UDrive.
My name is Richard Sutton and I'm a director of UDrive Limited.
Hi, I'm Mark Hamblin and I'm one of the directors at UDrive. At home, when my mum was doing the vehicle hire, I've got memories of her with a diary on top of the fridge, taking bookings on the phone with a little dial on it. That's the earliest time. I remember the dog, weirdly, it seemed to know all the vehicles. We used to, as one of our vehicles would come up the road, it just bark and go nuts. It's crazy.
The first branch I had was opened in Wareham. The reason that was because the house I moved into in Wareham, when I bought my lorries with me, it had a parking area at the end of the road. And I thought, oh, that'd be all right for my lorries. So I did a deal with a guy in the house and started operating from Wareham office.
Over the years, it got a little bit bigger, a few more vehicles. Dad used to do everything, the maintenance, like the cleaning. He'd regularly take a van up to Bovington and with his bike in the back and ride the bike back. So the vehicle was always, so the vehicles got to where they needed to go with him riding the bike to and from.
I met Dave probably around 1986. I used to work in a petrol station and Dave was looking to expand his business of 20 vehicles, I think, at the time. Came up, spoke to my boss and said, can we do an agency? And that's how I met Dave. But I do remember that every time Dave and Jill went on holiday with the kids, Dave would hide the keys to Jill's car so we could put it out on hire. As long as it was back before she got back from holiday.
We used to go around posting all the price list, really. I'd see the price list now.
We'd go around housing estates, dropping them off into every house. We'd go around trading estates, off into every letterbox we could find, really. It'd be us, the family, my sisters, me, mother, dad driving. He used to let us go along with a sliding door open, which was quite cool. Not sure we'd get away with it anymore, but it was good fun.
The first was a steering wheel, and that was with UDrive. I thought it was quite good at the time, and of course it meant that UDrive, someone was driving it, and it was like hands on the steering wheel. It's just these two hands on the steering wheel. But again, as things went on, we changed the logo. It came in, it didn't look as professional. The way we wrote the vehicles was different. Whereas before we would have sign writing on wood and then we'd screw that to the side of the vans. We did away with that in the end. We got proper sign writing on the sides of the vans. Oh, well. I think everybody thought I was mad. And so we started giving these vans names, and then suddenly we started on a theme of artists like Picasso, Rembrandt, and this sort, and put them on the vans. And people said to me, why are you doing this? I said, well, because it's different. And then they said, well, and then I thought, I'm going to run out of artists, yeah.
So back in the day, I think it was 97, 98, Dad came up with this great idea to put animals on the side of the vehicles. What he wanted to do was sort of kind of engage with the kids, because in his head it was actually the kids are going to be the ones that are renting off us in 10 years time. So let's start getting them noticing the business today. And then that sort of evolved a little bit and the animals became part of different sized vehicles. So I think one of the first, I'm trying to think what the first one was. It was either a hippo or a squirrel. Hippo vans, hippo vans. They used to be sort of a 1 ton short wheelbase transit, or the first ones were actually Toyota Hiaces back in the day. And then Luton vans would have a squirrel on them, high tops would have a giraffe, 7.5 tonners would have a elephant and a baby elephant, weirdly, 7 ton, half a ton, 7.5. And there was all sorts. We had mammoths, we had polar bears at one point on our fridge vans, we had kangaroos, I think it's hedgehogs, all sorts. But people would phone up and ask for a hippo van or a giraffe van. And that worked really, really well. I mean, I do remember having a parking ticket come through, and it was make Toyota model hippo van on the parking ticket, which just made us all giggle. Wish we kept a copy of that, actually. That'd have been good. But as time went on, our business sort of changed. We were all very, very, it was all general public, or not all, but the vast majority, probably did 80% of our rentals to general public, and 20% was probably to business. And that was changing slowly, but we did a survey on different areas of the business, or different customers, different types of customer. The general public, they loved the animals, it was all great. But we wanted to move and do a lot more corporate work at the time. And we looked at it, and the report come back saying that there was actually customers that wouldn't use us in the business world, that wouldn't use us because of the animals. There was no one in the public that wouldn't use us if we didn't have the animals. And did they use us because of the animals? Probably not. They recognised it and they liked it, but there was actually businesses that wouldn't use us. So we took the decision, a bit sad really, but the animals had to go.